Hello and welcome to this PPR video on the A2 topic of objectives and efficiencies. So the first thing I want you to do is see if you can recall the 7 objectives a firm might have, please. Pause. So hopefully you've identified profit maximization, revenue maximization, sales maximization, profit satisfaction, which overcomes the principal agent problem, CSR, corporate social responsibility, growth, and surviving an economic downturn. So the next thing I would like you to do, I would like you to identify the different pricing and output levels for each of the 4 first objectives on the list there, please. So pause the video and identify them on a diagram, please. So I'm going to go through this diagram slowly. So obviously we start off labeling our axes, price and output. So the first thing that you draw on a Monopoly diagram is our marginal cost curve. Okay, Nike tick. Then I always draw an AC curve which cuts the marginal cost curve at its lowest point. Then we draw a steep MR curve and an average revenue curve. So something like that will do the job in the exam. So the first one we should have identified is where MR equals MC, which is here. So that is Q1, and you bring it up to where it meets the demand curve, or the AR curve, and that is P1. So that's your first one. Rmax, you should have recalled that it is where MR equals 0, which is there. So we'll label that Q2, we bring that up to where it meets the demand curve, and we label that P2. Sales maximization should be where AR equals AC, which is there. Bring that down. That's Q3. Bring it across. That is P3. So profit satisfaction overcomes the principal agent problem, as the principal, who are the shareholders of the company, want P1. They want profit maximization. However, the agents, so those who manage the company, would prefer revenue maximization or sales maximization. So basically it's somewhere in between P1 and P3, where they sacrifice their own objective to satisfy the objective of the shareholders. So what we do then is we bring that across and down, so we label that P4 and Q4, and that is profit satisfaction. Okay, so as you've probably seen come up a few times there, allocative efficiency. Hopefully you haven't really had a sneaky look there, so you can pause the video and try and define allocative efficiency, please, and show it on the diagram. So hopefully you've got that it is an output which maximizes total consumer welfare, and it occurs where demand equals supply, or AR equals MC, or indeed where AR equals MC, or price equals MC, and that is right at this point here. So that would show a pricing output where a firm is being allocatively efficient. So now have a go at finding and defining productive efficiency, please. So pause the video and draw it. So hopefully you've got that product efficiency is that a firm is maximizing output whilst minimizing its costs, and that occurs at the bottom of the AC curve, and we know that is where AC equals MC, because an AC cuts an MC at its lowest point. Static efficiency occurs whenever a firm is both allocatively and productively efficient. And see if you can recall what dynamic efficiency is then, please. So hopefully you've got the dynamic efficiency is when a firm benefits, or consumers benefit from a firm reinvesting its supernormal profits, and that obviously requires AR to be greater than AC. So just really quickly, if we look at Pmax, so P1 and Q1, obviously this is where MR equals MC. So whenever we bring that point up, the price is identified there. But we also have to identify the cost per unit when we're drawing diagrams. Okay, so the cost per unit is read off the AC curve, and the cost per unit equates to that cost per unit. So we have to identify that by bringing that across. And bringing that across, and then we have to obviously shade that area in of supernormal profits. Okay, so thanks for watching that.